What's poppin', people? It's your boy Masacre here, back with another video. Today we got 7.4.6 and we're going to be taking on Superior Kang. So you can skip to 8:39 if you just want to see that, but if you want to see the path, make sure to stay here. Alright, so we're going to be taking this path right here. I believe that this is the easiest path and I'm going to show you why right now. So the nodes here, superiority, you gain superiority when you have class disadvantage. Whenever, every 15 seconds, there's going to be a falter placed on you. Unless you're far away from the defender, then the falter will be placed on the defender. And if the defender misses you, then you get an indefinite fury if you have superiority. So basically, the idea for this path is you want to bring in champs with class disadvantage. So you're going to bring in mystics for the science and science for the skill. So in this fight, as you can see, we're using Doom. And then once you have class disadvantage, you're going to watch that falter timer. As you see, it's right there. Be far away from the defender and then place the falter on them. And then just let them hit into you. They won't be able to hit you since they have falter. All their attacks are going to miss. And then you're going to gain indefinite furies for the rest of the fight and just do a ton of damage. Now, a lot of the defenders on this path can evade. So I recommend just doing parry heavy and just playing it extremely safe, because when you get to Superior Kang, you want all your champions to have as much health as possible, so that way you don't have to use any revives. So as you see here, this fight is over pretty quickly, 51 seconds there, and yeah, every single fight is going to be like that. I actually did this path extremely well. I didn't even get hit once, I don't think. But yeah, so the next fight here against Hitmonkey, once again, beware of his evade. I recommend, just doing parry heavy if you want to. I'm using Hulk, so I don't really want to use heavies, because then I'm going to go into Gamma Rage too early. But just keep in mind, watch out for that evade and just play it safe. Also you have to watch out for that falter timer. So as you see, it just went off there. We were far away from the defender. And then they got the falter, and then we let them hit into us, and we got indefinite furies. So just rinse and repeat that. Watch the falter timer. Make sure you're staying away from the defender when the timer is up, or else you're going to get the falter, and you're also not going to get the furies. And yeah, after you get a bunch of furies, this fight will be insanely easy, just like every fight on this path. And yeah, as you see there, we're far away from the defender. They get the falter, we let them hit us, we're at 12 furies, and we're going to throw a special 2, and that's almost it. He somehow survived that, I don't know how, and there you go. Another one down, on to the next one, which is going to be against Immortal Hulk. This guy can't evade, which is good, but he does have that immortality and unblockable at the end of the fight, so just make sure you're aware of that. Also, before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so that way you don't miss any of my uploads. I have uploaded 5 days in a row now, so smash like for that. Also, this is the last video in the Act 7 guide videos. We've been on a journey. I know a lot of you guys have watched all of these videos and have used these videos as a guide to help you become, Thronebreaker and now Paragon. So if you guys have been with me for the entire time, make sure to smash like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below, that these videos helped you. I love to see that. And yeah, this is the last one. So, we've come a long way, but Act 7 is finally going to be over after this path. And we're going to have to go ahead and show you guys how to beat Act 8. But yeah, Immortal Hulk here, he's already at 1% health. This fight is going extremely fast, just like the rest of the fights. He has the falter. Keep in mind, see what I just did there? When they have the falter on them, they can't hit you. So you can just sit there attacking, and you're going to be able to hit them to end the fight. So just keep that in mind. Next fight here is against Stealth Spider-Man. Once again, watch out for his evade. He does evade quite a lot, so just be really careful here. I also want to mention how there are 2 other paths that could be considered as the easy path, but I really think this has got to be the easy path. you guys can't watch this gameplay and then sit here and say that this isn't the easy path. I don't know. Like, all you have to do is, like, stay far away, let them get the falter, and then let them hit into you when they have the falter. You gain Furies, and then just do so much damage for the rest of the fight. So, I don't know. I don't really know how it can get any easier. But yeah, if you guys want to do another path, go ahead. But I'm telling you, this one has to be the easiest path. There's no way any other path is easier. But yeah, the boss, on the other hand, not the easiest, but also not the hardest. Obviously, in this video, I will not be using any revives. Also, I think only 2 of my team members died. It might have been 3. But either way, we still had champs to spare. We didn't use any revives. So you guys can do the same thing. And if you guys need to use revives, feel free to do that. Obviously, after you beat this quest, you never have to play it again if you don't want to. But the main thing is you have to beat it at least once. So make sure you use all your boosts. You know, bring your best champs. Make sure you're locked in, ready to play good. And if you need to use health potions and revives, I recommend doing that. However, if you get to the boss and you're just really not getting it, you're not getting the timing of his special attack, you're not getting the mechanics of the fight, and you just got absolutely destroyed, all your champs are dead and you're still in the first phase, I highly recommend just restarting the quest. Maybe do the quest again later, or, you know, another day, maybe tomorrow, try again. Even if you did use a bunch of boosts, it doesn't really matter, you know. If you want to just retry right, you know, at that point, because, you know, the boosts are like 1 hour, you can just easily just hop right in to the quest and just retry. But either way, I only recommend using revives once you, like, got a good, decent, like, amount of progress in the fight. Like, at least get to phase 2 or 3, or ideally the last phase, which is phase 4, before you decide to use any revives. The reason I say that is because you don't want to just be spending all of your revives because you don't know how to do the fight. Make sure you get some practice in before you spend revives, or else you're going to be using way more revives. And you might end up using all of your revives and all of your units and still not beat the fight. And you really don't want that to happen. So, you know, make sure you do a decent amount of damage before you use any revives. That's just one tip for you guys. Alright, and just like that, the path is already over. We're already at the boss. And yeah, that's right. The boss took me 17 minutes to kill. And I'm using 6-star rank 5 ascended champs for the most part. So that just shows you guys this fight takes a long time. And yeah, I swapped in Hulkling here. I wish I would have swapped in Ultron instead. The MVPs for this fight are Human Torch, Ultron, Venom Pool, people like that. But yeah, let's get right into the fight now, and I'll tell you guys what you need to do to defeat Superior Kang. Alright, so the thing with this fight is there's 4 types of actions that you can do, and you can't do 2 in a row. So as you see there's the parry. And I'm going to zoom into the icon so you can see it. It's like a stun icon. And then the other one is heavy attack. And then there's intercept and special attack. They each have their own special symbol, which you will see the video zoom into that symbol the first time I do it. So there's heavy attack. And basically you can't do 2 of these things in a row. If you do 2 of these things in a row, you're going to get stunned and he's going to hit you, and it's not good. And then besides that, what is going to happen is once you try to do the thing, so for example parry, if you parry and then try to hit Kang, he's going to counterattack you and you have to dodge it. And if you dodge it, you get one of those green things under Human Torches. See, we have 6 right now. If you get 10, then Kang becomes wounded. So the 4 things once again are stun, heavy, intercept, and special attack. And you can go back and pause the video to see all the symbols. I slowed it down and zoomed in. And now we have 10 slipstream charges, as you see here. When you have 10, you can just hit him. I was a little rusty with this fight. I kept getting hit by the specials, and I didn't realize that I was at 10. but I could have hit him. So as you see, I got 10. Now I can hit him and he's wounded. So for phase 1, when he's wounded, you deal 30% more damage per debuff, I believe, and per unique debuff that you have on the opponent. So that's why Torch is good here. He has a bunch of debuffs. I mean, it's only like one unique debuff or something, but either way, you see his health melting down there. And basically, you just have to keep rinse and repeating this process to get Kang down, and that's why the fight takes so long. So I will try to explain it better, but you can watch what I'm doing in the gameplay here. So basically, you see how that icon there is grayed out. That means we haven't done any actions yet. And now, since we've dodged a special, and we went to dodge in there, we got the special attack prompt done. And then we parried and tried to hit, and then we got the stun prompt done. So basically, for the prompt to count, you have to do the action and then try to hit Kang, and also dex the counter attack. If you fail any of these parts, you will not get credit for completing the prompt. So for example, if I stun Kang and then don't hit him, you don't complete the prompt. If you don't stun Kang, you don't complete the prompt. If you stun Kang, go to hit him, and then fail dexing the counterattack, you don't complete the prompt. So you have to complete all 3 parts of this to complete the prompt. Once you complete 10 prompts, Kang becomes wounded, and you can't do 2 prompts, like the same 2 prompts in a row. So what I recommend is stun, parry him first, do that prompt, then do the heavy attack prompt, and then just go back to parry, heavy, parry, heavy. If you have to bait specials, you can bait specials, and then just keep going with your parry, heavy, parry, heavy. You can just hold block and wait for Kang to throw a heavy, and that's pretty much the easiest way to get through these first 2 phases. Because in phase 3 and 4, you can't do the previous 2 prompts that you've done. So we'll get to that in a bit, but I just want to say it now. So for example, you could stun him and then heavy, but then you can't stun or heavy. You have to do a 3rd new prompt before you can stun or heavy again. So for example, you can stun, then do heavy, then do a special, and then go back to stun, and then go back to heavy, and then go back to a special. You just make sure you can't do the previous 2. But for these first 2 phases, it's just the previous one. So you can just keep doing heavy, and then stun, and then special, or whatever. Just make sure you don't do the same thing twice in a row. And as you see there, the first phase is finally done. So now this second phase has a little bit of a new mechanic, which is that his counterattacks are going to be at different speeds. So as you can see, this one's in slow motion. So it's going to pop up as soon as you do the prompt, his counterattack, it'll pop up on the screen, either slow motion, normal speed, or fast. And you have to just react in time and do, dex it at that speed. So for example, for the slow motion, you have to dodge his counterattack, but his counterattack's going to be in slow motion. So that one is actually really easy to dodge. You can dodge it super early and it just doesn't really matter. The normal speed is obviously the normal speed, and then the fast one is really fast, but it's still pretty easy to dodge. That's the only thing new for this phase. That's the only thing. So you can just keep doing your parry heavy, just making sure you're not doing the same 2 prompts in a row. And then just keep in mind that the counterattacks are going to be different speeds. That's the only thing different for this phase. And then the other thing is that now he takes 30% more damage per unique buff that you have. So this is why you want people like Venom Pool or someone that has a bunch of unique buffs. They're going to be doing way better in this phase. And that's why this fight is taking me 17 minutes, because I did most of it with Dr. Doom, which is fine. He's not really benefiting from the debuffs too much. He does have Shock and Incinerate, which is nice. And he's not benefiting from the buffs much at all, if at all. But he is still pretty good because he has a lot of block proficiency and he just does a lot of damage. So yeah, if you want to use Doom or whoever you feel safe with, just feel free to do that. The other thing is that his special attacks are actually pretty hard to dodge at first. You'll see When I was using Torch, I was really struggling to dodge his specials. If you guys are in the same boat, just don't worry. What you can do is pause the fight and then just quit out of the app and restart. If you didn't do that already on the path, you can do that one time per path, pretty much, like every couple hours. So if you guys are really just getting destroyed at the start of the fight, just pause the game, close the app, go back in, and you can retry. But yeah, I just want to say, if you guys are struggling with the special attack timing, you can watch me in the video here. I dex a lot of them perfectly. A lot of them I still get hit by, especially at the start and end of the fight, because the start of the fight I was rusty, and then the end of the fight I was just getting tired. But yeah, if you guys are struggling with that, just keep in mind, I struggle with that too, and it's just something you got to get used to. Now we are in phase 3, and there is one new mechanic that I already mentioned earlier. As you see, I'm zooming into the fast forward thing. I put that at the wrong part, but anyways, now you can't do the previous 2 prompts that you did. So as you see here, I can't stun or heavy, or else I'm going to get stunned and Kang is going to do a lot of damage to me. So now I have to either intercept or bait a special. So now I'm baiting a special, and then after I bait the special, then I can do a stun again. So as you see now, I can't do a heavy or a special, or else I'm going to be stunned. You can't do the previous 2 prompts, so keep that in mind. Now I stunned, so now I can't stun or special, but I can bait a heavy, so that's what I'm doing. And there we go. Keep in mind, the counterattacks can still be in slow motion, normal speed, or fast speed. And this phase 3, once again, it is Kang takes 30% more damage per unique debuff. So champs like, I don't know, Torch and Scorpion, or anybody that has a lot of debuffs, are going to be good here. So there we go. Just keep that in mind. You can't do the previous 2 prompts, or else you're going to be stunned, and you do not want that to happen. So as you see, we have 10 slipstream charges, so he is wounded, and now we're just going to try to do as much damage as possible. I am throwing the special 2 here to get the incinerates. Obviously we have the shocks as well, and he's still not really taking too much damage. So just keep in mind, you're probably going to have to get 10 slipstream charges about, 2 or 3 times, maybe even more. So yeah, just be patient. If you need to take a break, take a break, come back. And yeah, because this fight can be pretty long. As you see, it took 17 minutes for me. I pretty much almost soloed him with Doom, because I didn't do that much with Torch. I did majority with Doom, but I did end up dying as well with Doom. But either way, I did a lot of work with Doom, and the fight is definitely soloable as long as you have someone tanky enough for when you make mistakes. And yeah, if you have someone that does a lot of damage, the fight will also be way faster. But I don't know, just keep completing the prompts, stay focused, and yeah. So once again, keep in mind, his counterattacks are different speeds, and you can't do the previous 2 prompts that you've done, or else you're going to be stunned. So as you see there, it's heavy attack and special that I can't do, and we have 10 slipstream charges, and he's wounded. So if you're using Doom, I recommend throwing that special 2, so that way you put the debuffs on him, and just try to get him down. See, it's a race against the clock right here. I really want to get him down, so that way I don't have to get 10 slipstream charges again in this phase, but it's looking like that's not going to happen, and we are going to have to get 10 slipstream charges again for phase 3, so it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we baited the special, now we can stun, now we can't do special or stun, so we can bait heavy. There we go. Now we have to bait special again, and just keep rinsing and repeating. I recommend doing those 3 a lot. If you try to intercept, it's not going to work that well. I don't know. I found this guy to be pretty defensive, and I didn't have a lot of intercept openings, but if you guys are really good at intercepting and the opportunity to intercept is there, feel free to do that. But the safe options are stun, then heavy, then bait special, or any variation of those 3, as long as you don't do the previous 2. And there we go. he's going to be finally into phase 4 after a very long time. And yeah, so heading into phase 4, there is one more new mechanic. So once again, you still can't do the previous 2 prompts. And yeah, and he has 30% for unique buff. He takes 30% more damage per unique buff that you have. The new thing for this phase is that his special attacks are going to be at different speeds. So at this point now, his counterattacks are different speeds. His special attacks are different speeds. You can't do the previous 2 prompts. And he takes 30% more damage per unique buff. So as you see there, when he's about to do a special attack, the speed will pop up on the right side of the screen. And the special attack will be in that speed, and you have to dex accordingly. So if it's slow motion, you have to dex accordingly, and you can dex pretty early for the slow motion one, so keep that in mind. But the fast one, I don't know, I find the fast one is easier to dex than the normal one because you just dash back like 3 times in a row. You don't really have to think about it. The slow motion one catches me off guard here. It's just really slow. But yeah, keep in mind, this phase, his special attacks are different speeds, so yeah, that could really throw you off, but it shouldn't be too bad, especially the fast one. It's just really the slow one that's kind of weird. But yeah, so we're at 8 slipstream charges. We need 2 more. We just need to bait out special here, but we are stuck in the corner, which is a bit unfortunate. I don't know if I'm going to survive this or not. I think we are. But yeah, fast forward. As you see, we just dash back like 3 times in a row pretty much. It's like dash back, and then dash back. And there we go. He's wounded. We're going to throw the special 3. Just try to get as much damage in as possible because I'm down to 9% health. I know I'm going to die soon. Yeah, so we're just doing our classic combos here. Trying to get as much damage in. We got to the special 2. And we got him to under 50% health here, so 1 more wounded phase should end this fight. And we actually almost got him fully down in 1 wounded phase, but he's down to 9% health, so we're going to need 10 more slipstream charges, and then the fight will be over. That also reminded me, one thing to keep in mind is your slipstream charges carry over each fight. So if I were to die with 9 slipstream charges, don't worry, you get them for your next champion, so it's not the end of the world. So just keep that in mind. Don't give up. If you're at 1% health like I am right here, try to build up the slipstream charges, and if you get to 9 and you die, don't worry, you don't lose all 9. Your next champion will start with 9, so you'll still need 1 more, so don't worry. And as you can see, we're at 1% health here. And it's kind of hard here because I have to bait out a heavy attack, but I only have 1% health, so that's why I went for the intercept there. Now I can bait out a special. I think I messed it up right here and die. Yep. So on to the last champion that I'm using, which is Hulkling, which is only my 3rd champ. So like I said earlier, we only used 3 champs. We still had 2 to spare, didn't use any revives, no potions, no boosts. So keep in mind, this fight did take me 17 minutes, and the path took 25, but I didn't use any boosts. So if you guys have boost, you guys can do this faster than I did. I just didn't want to use boost. I wanted to show you guys, that you can do it without boost if you want to. And yeah, so we have 8 slipstream charges. I don't know, I was just playing so badly with Hulkling here. I kept getting hit by special attacks. I was stuck in the corner, as you can see right here, and it just wasn't going as well as it was with Doom. It's slow motion, and it's in the corner. I got hit by it. At this point, I was kind of worried because I'm just playing horrible, and I kept failing to dodge the special, but I know I only need 2 more slipstream charges, and this thing is over. As you see, I'm stuck in the corner, and it keeps heavying, but I can't punish the heavy because I already did it. So I need to bait out a special attack. So here we go, finally. We need 1 more. We just need to parry him, and then this fight is over. So let's see it. I'm going to parry, hit him, counterattack, dodged it, and then if you hit him a few times after he's at 1% health, the fight is going to end. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. If you guys enjoyed this series, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, we'll see you guys again soon. Peace out.